Hey guys, this is Super Shag coming to you today at my beach house in Santa Barbara. So, it's spring break, of course, and where else would I go but the beach? So, I was thinking to myself, hey, it might get a little boring not recording any interesting videos, and I thought, let's try it out. So, this is going to be a tutorial drawing video. And today I'm gonna show you how to draw Danny Phantom. So, before we get into this, I'm just gonna briefly go over what you'll need. So of course I've got my sketchbook here, or you can get paper, and then you can get, if you want to draw, you of course got to have something to draw with. So you can have either a pencil, or Sharpies, or artist pens, but as Butch Hartman said, if you have ink, your lines become more confident. So I'm gonna try that out, and we will get underway. For this tutorial, I think I'm gonna start off with the head, just because it's the beginning part. It's mostly the beginning part of a drawing. So, what you're gonna want to do is grab your pen, pencil, whatever you have, and just draw a line. Just like that. Then, hold on, let me scoot this up so you can see it a little bit. So, just a basic straight line. So, next you'll want to start drawing the chin slash bottom chin, I guess. Bottom chin, lower cheek area. Maybe just even that out with the line. Then you'll just do the exact same thing facing the other direction, which will give you the beginning of his head. So when you have this, you want to start with, you're gonna continue with the neck. So when you do the neck for Danny Phantom, you gotta kind of think, where could I put this? Well, of course, in the very back, like so. There's the back of his neck, and here's the front of his neck. Now I kind of left a little space, but that's mostly for shading, like that. Oops. Next, you're going to want to draw the ear. So when you do that, you draw a backward C, and kind of make it round, almost like a circle. So there's that. Now, Butch Hartman's characters are known to have the number 6 put in the ear. Now, one little tip, do not fully draw 6. Just leave a little bit of space where the whole thing would come together. Just don't put that together. So, for the face, before we get into the hair or anything else, you just want to kind of match it up with the center a little bit and draw a line. Then you're going to want to draw a half circle going from this way down to there. So it's kind of like a right angle a little bit, but it's kind of slanted upwards. Then for the eyebrows. Now you can start up here at the very top of the nose. I think I'll do that. Now sometimes you'll want to kind of outline how where you're going to put the eyes. So I'm going to just go ahead and do this. There you go. That's one eye. Then for the second eyebrow, you just go up here like this. Then you kind of just go ahead and fill that in, and there's the beginning of the eyes. So the next thing you'll want to do is fill in the eyebrows, of course. So you'll just go up like this, kind of make it blocky. But before we continue with the other one, I kind of want to get the hair done. So you'll just do this with the side of the hair. Then you'll continue on with this side. So it's kind of half curved slightly. Then you're going to want to curve up like this. Sometimes you'll miss the line, but that's okay, because you can always practice. Then just make this spike. So that's 1. 2. sometimes it helps if you move your sketchpad, sketchbook, iPad Pro, whatever you're using, just so that way it kind of helps guide the lines. And then 3. Then I will connect this. So as you can see, I just raised the side of the hair up a little bit, and then I just curved. Then I just follow the line down to there. So that's Danny's hair. So usually you'll see Danny frowning, and that's pretty normal because he's fighting ghosts. So I'm gonna give him a smile. So just make sure to have it a little bit below the eye and a little further away from the nose. So for his eyes, his pupils in his eyes, you're just gonna want to draw a half circle exactly like the eye, just make it smaller. And there's 1, and there's 2. Now I don't have any other coloring utensils, or any coloring utensils at all, so I cannot color that, but that's okay. The last thing you'll want to do for his head is just shade that, highlight it, color it, whatever you want to say. And there you go. That's how you draw his head. Now the most iconic part, other than his hair and eyes, is his body. So, we're going to have him in his jumpsuit, of course, because he's Danny Phantom, not Danny Fenton. So, you're going to start off with his collar, which is just a line. Then you'll want to go like this. 1 and 2. Now, sometimes it's not going to look very accurate, but hey, it's practice. So, we're just going to draw a curve like this to get his neck piece done. So, there you go. Now, don't worry about this if your lines tend to go underneath the main line, because, you know, of course, this jumpsuit's black, so that's okay. So, yeah, there's that. And we'll begin with the body. Because Danny's a teenager, he's not going to have, like, a lot of muscles. He's just going to be kind of this. Then I'll start the other side right about here. Maybe out here a little more. And just go ahead and curve down. But not too far, because you don't want it to look off. And then you just connect it with this belt, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Alright, so the next thing you'll want to do before we get into drawing the belt is the Danny Phantom logo. So it's just a simple D shape. Stop around here for the P. If anyone knew about the P in the Danny Phantom logo, then it's right there. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Make sure to match that up. Now sometimes it's not gonna always look professional, or perfect, but hey, it's practice, so it's fine. It's just to help you learn to draw the basic shapes for Danny. Now, I was gonna continue down with the rest of his body, but I'm thinking maybe his arms would be pretty good to draw right now. So, why don't we start with his left arm? So what you'll want to do is just kind of add a bit more shoulder, maybe. Sometimes you don't have to, and I kind of left a little line out there just to see where his arm could go. That's a little mistake, but hey, it's not perfect. Like, it doesn't have to be completely accurate to the character. It's just kind of, you could say it's like a rough type of sketch despite me using a Sharpie. So, anyways, you're going to want to make a tube-like shape. Then around here, you'll want to just go ahead and extend that a little bit. Kind of make it tube, like a tube that's shrinking a little bit. Kind of like that. Maybe draw it down a little further and then add the glove detail. Then just go ahead and draw his hand. So it's pretty basic shape, if you have a pencil, you can outline the sketch of a square. That would be a lot easier. So to determine his fingers, all you have to do is just draw a line slightly below the finger and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because Danny has 5 fingers. And just draw those knuckles like that. So that's his first hand. So, I meant to say arm, but that's okay. You could say hand, too, because, you know, I drew that. So, for the next arm, it's a little further back. So sometimes you can just go ahead and draw a line right here for the forearm, and then just draw that part of his arm like that. Sometimes it'll take a little bit to determine how proportional it is to the other arm. Sometimes it doesn't, because it's just kind of straightforward. So you kind of have the arm like this. Then maybe just extend this a little bit. Draw the glove detail, the beginning of the glove. Then you're going to want to do almost the exact same thing with the other hand, just in a different position. Kind of like this. And draw the thumb. And maybe draw the hand detail. Then the finger. And there you go for the other hand. So, kind of like this, you'll draw 2 lines to indicate that there are more fingers there. So there you go. That's his other hand. Now it might look a little off sometimes, but hey, it works. So yeah, I was kind of looking at it and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But hey, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a practice video. And forgot to mention, you can follow along if you'd like. Now, I did mess up a little bit on here, but like I said before, it's practice, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, as you can see, I just kind of drew a little curve, both curves down here. Now that just kind of helps complete the belt. And now let's get on with the ghost tail. I was thinking maybe just change it up, because I actually drew a lot of Danny Phantom pictures with his regular legs. So I would recommend either starting at one point over here or starting kind of like that. But I'm thinking maybe we could just see what we could do here. It kind of looks like this when you kind of look, when you kind of take your pen off the picture. So just start small here and work your way. Sometimes it's not gonna kind of look right, but just a little bit more ink and then it'll be fixed. So there's a basic drawing of Danny. And the last thing you want to do before coloring it in is adding some effects, maybe. You know, like he's charging up his Ecto Blast. So I was thinking maybe I could do it for both hands, because then it could make them look a little better. So there's that. That's a basic outline. Now I'm thinking we could get into the coloring or shading, whatever you prefer. So if you want to get it done quicker, then I would recommend using this type of Sharpie, the Super Sharpie Twin Tip Fine Chisel Sharpie. So I'm going to use the chisel because it's quicker than the fine line Sharpie side, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's okay if you go over the Danny Phantom logo. You can have it like a Season 1 counterpart, or you can just add the logo. And sorry for the background noise. I'm leaving the door open so that way I can get some fresh air. Because, you know, you gotta have that oxygen. So you'll just want to kind of fill it up like this. And I am going to cut it out for a second, so that way you can go ahead and pause it if you'd like. You know, I'm thinking maybe I could just color over that, because you don't have to have it, but if you do, just be careful when you're going over it. I would recommend not going over it, of course, if you're just wanting to, you know, have it, color it, and color around it, and have it there. I think this time, because I'm just not really feeling it, that logo kind of didn't look the best. But hey, it's a practice drawing, so don't feel too discouraged. It's just one little detail. Never feel discouraged with your work, because some people might actually like it, which would be an amazing thing, and it is. So I'm just going to cut this out real quick, and I will see you guys in a minute. So guys, this is how it should look once it's colored in. So I kind of went ahead and did a little bit of this side's ecto charge. So all you want to do is just draw an outline around it, so it kind of looks like it's glowing a little bit. But it's a drawing, so it doesn't have to look like it's glowing. But you can try that if you want. One thing I would recommend doing is, oops, kind of got butterfingers. So maybe you want to draw some dots. There's some like spots to make it seem as if it's like glowing, kind of like, I should say it's a bunch of particles moving around, something like that. And sometimes what I do when I'm drawing Danny Phantom with these ecto charges is that I draw another line around it, so it's like this, kind of like that. But sometimes I don't. So I'm gonna quickly go over this. Good thing I have the chisel, because then I could just have it done lickety split. And just have a few spots. Maybe a few big ones and a few little ones. And once that's finished, your drawing is complete. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Oh, and one quick thing. Don't forget to sign. Today's the 26th, I think. Yeah, I think it's the 26th. Usually I don't keep track of the date, but that's not too big of a problem. So, there you go. There is your Danny Phantom drawing. Now, if you'd like to see any more, just let me know. And let me know what you think of this drawing. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.